So there is something going on in content creation and influencers, basically the world in general, because it's not only limited to the internet or esports, it's in regular sports leagues and ESPN and all these mainstream stuff, and that's gambling sponsors. It seems like they are everywhere and they're taking over everything, and honestly, I'm not a huge fan of it. So I'm on the side of people who aren't necessarily a big proponent of these sponsored gambling things because I don't like gambling in general. I think it's a lose-lose game. You are going to lose. You're guaranteed to lose. That's why casinos are billion-dollar industries and people aren't walking out with life-changing money every day. But I don't want to come off as like hating anything because I don't know. I just don't get why people who know that it's a losing game still continue to want to promote it even though they're rich already. And the most recent example of this is Nadeshot. So he's joined Rubet, I guess, and his was his introduction video to the whole thing.
Gentlemen, the tables have never been hotter.
So Nadeshot is now partnered with Rubet and joins a long list of creators who are spinning slots for free money or spinning it with fake money to lure people in to go on the site to gamble their money so that the casino can make more money. Honestly, I just hate the idea of this because, like I said, in general, I am against this gambling thing. You're going to lose. I wouldn't promote gambling, and I don't know why people like Nadeshot who have millions or tens of millions, maybe even hundreds of millions of dollars. I mean, Nadeshot's at least over 10 million. Why he would want to do this other than just making money? Because he put out a video too talking about how you're gonna lose and does the whole like kind of disclaimer thing. And I don't want this to come off as like I hate Nadeshot because I like Nadeshot a lot. I've been watching him for a long time since he twerked in his apartment on Justin TV. Like this is a guy I've followed for a long time when he played COD for Optic. Got me into that scene of watching this stuff. And I think he makes great content. I think Nadeshot's hilarious. So this isn't like I'm not gonna look at this and say I'm done with Nadeshot. Oh my, how could he dare do this? I just don't like the industry. Like gambling's taking over everything. So it's not Nadeshot's fault. He's just the most recent person to be doing this. But I really, really do dislike at least the entirety of like all industries just gambling. And the reason they take on these gambling sponsorships and partnerships is because these companies make insane amounts of money. Rubet, Stake, all FanDuel, all of these gambling things and sports gambling too. The reason all these leagues pivot to this is because they want to make more money. And gambling has a massive lifetime value of their customers. You're going to lose money. You're going to give that money to the casino, and they make a ton of it. So obviously, everybody, wants a slice of that pie. I just think it's a little like weird to be promoting it, right? Like it might be different for these organizations. Like Vitality just got a Stake deal. A bunch of orgs have like gambling partnerships. I think Riot just allowed their esport leagues to have it. And it's just like you're going to lose. You're gonna lose. There's nothing you can tell me different as like that this is a losing thing. And Nadeshot makes a video about this, just like Train does too, where he's like talking about you will lose, don't gamble, do all this, but you're still promoting it. It's just kind of weird. Like personally, I wouldn't promote something that I thought was a bad thing. But even for someone who isn't a multi-millionaire like these guys, I can at least understand why someone would do that if it's a boatload of money and it's life-changing for you because you're not a multi-millionaire. But these people who are multi-millionaires who just do it to make even more money, I just don't get why. Like, what's the point? Like, you have money. You don't need this money. You want more money.
We're in Mexico. Boys, we just partnered with Rubet. And before I say anything, don't gamble, okay? You will lose. I promise you, you're gonna lose. I gambled with my own money, and I lost. I opened cases. They told me I got a 1 in 400 chance of getting a gold. I fucking opened 300,000 cases. I've got like 10 gold. It's the odds are terrible.
So you see the disclaimer, and again, like, I don't want this to come off as like I hate Nate Shot. He's just the most recent example of someone doing this, and it's just becoming like an industry normal thing across everything. Regular sports, esports, content creation. Everyone wants to gamble. Everyone wants to pretend they're gambling, pretend they're making it big, not use their own money, and then lure people into using their own money because that's how they get paid from these massive deals of these casinos that are paying them absurd amounts of money to lure people in. But even to dive deeper into like Nate Chai's with Roobet, so to dive into Roobet specifically, they are a online crypto casino. So this might even be a step worse than a regular casino because at least there, you know, the games have the odds are stacked against you. You know that there's a over a longer period of time, statistically, you're going to give back any wins that you make. That's like how the games are drawn up. There's an edge for the house, which is why the house always wins is a saying, because they always win. But with these, like, you don't know for sure, and I don't know, maybe there's a way they can have it's a completely fair system, but you don't know for sure if there's something on the back end that's going to prevent you from actually winning and make these streamers win. So you think, oh my God, I could do this and I could win a ton of money and it'd be life changing. And then you go and do it and it's actually not even possible. But for Roobet, if you go to their website and you wanted to gamble with them, you can come here and open it and see, let it load up here. And oh, actually you can't use Roobet because it's not allowed in the United States. So bigger question is, why sponsor United States-based streamers with a United States American audience? You know that the vast majority of the audience for Nate Shot is American, and the vast majority of a lot of these people who stream and have these deals are American, even though your site doesn't work in America. Maybe one reason would be is that, you know, people will bypass this and say, oh, I'll just VPN and have fun and do all that, which you can do. You can VPN and you can go on the site and they take, it's a crypto casino, so you can just send some Bitcoin. You can probably send stable coins and you can go in and just gamble to your heart's content and lose all of your money. But if on the slight chance that you actually win a bunch of money and you go, oh my God, I just made life-changing money, you actually didn't. Because we can look at their terms of service and see something that actually prevents you from taking that money. So Roobet is guarded from all sides. So they know that they get to Nate Shot or any American streamer who has an American audience, more than likely those people will just VPN to get around the stuff. Nate Shot can go to Mexico where he is right now. I mean, that's his live stream right now. He's in Mexico betting on this stuff. Honestly, don't know how well that works as like a workaround if you just go to Mexico and you can make withdrawals and stuff, even though you're an American citizen. I don't know the rules of that stuff. Apparently that's how it works. And even less, and this is actually kind of crazy. So Nate Shot, I mean, he's not here right now, but I had his stream up for like 20, 30 minutes, seeing him gamble, just do his thing. And he was at like $150,000 or something. And I guess he's at $88 now. So it's all gone. Don't know if he's a fake, like Phil streamer where he's gambling with fake money and doesn't keep the winnings and stuff, or if he's actually using his own money and keeps the winnings. I don't know. I don't know what Nate Shot's deal specifically is. Or I guess it's just popped up. He has a withdraw. Maybe he withdrawed $100,000. I don't know what's happening. It just went down $88 and he's not here. I don't know what's happening. But he's, either way, it's not 100 grand left here. But if you go into the TOS and you see what happens if you VPN in here, we can come down to the Know Your Customer KYC rules. So every brokerage, every gambling thing, bank, basically anything that has to do with money has a KYC, and that's why they take all of your information. And right here, it says we reserve the right at any time to ask for any KYC documentation we deem necessary to determine your identity and location. We reserve the right to restrict the services such as deposit and withdrawal functions until you have completed the identification process and provided us with all the information that was requested to you. So, what does that mean? Basically, if you have a massive win and you get extremely lucky and you go on Roulette, deposit some money and you win $10,000, $100,000, and you're mouth watering going, oh my God, I beat the odds. I just won life-changing money. And you go to withdraw it. They're going to say, wait. We have to KYC you for this money. Please tell us where you live, what your name is, all of your identifying stuff. And when you come back and say, oh, well, actually, I'm in the United States, they're going to say, well, what do you mean? You signed up with an account from wherever you VPN from, and we don't do operations in the United States, so you broke our TOS, you don't get the money. So Roulette wins no matter what. Even if you win, you actually lose, because they're going to come out and say, are you from the US? And when you say, yeah, I actually VPN'd in, and that's why, my account's from Singapore, when I want the money to come to the US. And they're going to say, well, you broke our TOS, no money for you. But, I mean, this isn't like a dig at Nadeshot or anything. He's just the most recent news, and I follow Nadeshot and have followed him for a long time. So, I've seen the gambling sponsorships across the esports landscape, teams taking them, individuals taking them, watch parties taking them. Like, people are taking it because they want the money. But like I said, at the end of the day, what I really hate about this is, one, personally, don't like gambling. I think you're guaranteed to lose. I think it causes massive problems for people and can ruin your life pretty easily with the allure that you're going to win, when the reality is you're not going to win. And two, the people promoting it and pushing it, even though they'll say, don't gamble, you'll lose, you'll do this, it's terrible, this, that, and the other, they have no problem taking the money and promoting the gambling to people across their socials, to their audience, making sure you sign up with their code and getting the money from their sponsorship. They have no problem as long as they're getting paid. I just think that's a weird thing to do. Like, you shouldn't promote something that you think is terrible. You shouldn't promote a product that you think is terrible for people and can cause them harm. That seems like it might be common sense, but I guess we're just at the point where they'll put out a little disclaimer, think it clears them of stuff, and then say, hey, by the way, use my code when you sign up, and we'll be great. And also, it's these multi-millionaire people who are already massively successful, who don't need the money. Like, they can say they want the money for this and that, and it does all this, and it's security. But you already have security. You're already a multi-millionaire, decamillionaire, possibly pushing $100 million. And that's a lot of people in the space. I mean, Nadeshot's definitely a multi-millionaire. I would say at least 10 million plus. But again, not hating Nadeshot. Don't want to be like, oh my God, can't even look at this guy anymore. I just don't like the entire landscape of everything going to gambling, because I don't like gambling. That's gonna do it for this video. As always, do much and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video.